I just graduated college. I can't find a job and my vagina hurts.
Why can't I get what I want now?
Why does this guy keep saying he loves me? He's such a fucking dork.
He's my best friend. How could I date him?
You don't understand. I spent my whole life working for this one job that I think is awesome, but apparently don't realize is a much coveted job that everybody wants.
Dad, you're embarrassing me by trying to help me and give me work when I'm unhireable.
Yeah, we're talking about Post-Grad, which is one of the whiniest movies I've seen, man. I mean, it didn't even make me mad, but I was like, God damn.
And you know what the thing is? The lead actress, Alex Bledel, or
yeah,
is she the missing Daniel sister?
I mean, yeah, I know. She's got a really whiny voice to start out with. I'm like, wow.
And I was thinking,
and you're an actress, really?
Yeah,
with that voice.
And I was thinking, maybe you can't get a job because you look like you just graduated junior high.
Yeah,
you know, I wouldn't hire you.
It's funny because at first I was thinking they would graduate in high school. And I was like, okay, this is one of these times where the high school kids actually look like their high school age.
And then
like,
it's not.
Oh, it's college.
They look like they just graduated from the Disney Channel, really.
Yeah, I was like, shit, it's like, for her to get a job, it'd be like trying to get into a bar. Is this a fake ID? What the fuck is this?
Yeah, I wouldn't.
Get out of my office.
I wouldn't serve her.
Yeah. Oh, no, I think you'd serve her, but not that way.
Well, that's true. I wouldn't serve her a beer.
Oh, I don't know, man. I don't think she'd give it up to you. Unless you have the Spanish accent.
Oh yeah, like the guy from Lost in the movie.
Yeah. No. So this movie. Now I don't know if I have it correct or not because I went out to buy a Chick-fil-A sandwich and some shoes.
Yeah, you did. It's like the movie starts and he goes, "Oh shit, I'm gonna go get."
I was working all day and I got in there and I was like, man, I'm not gonna miss anything. I'm hungry. What this movie is about is about this girl. So she's graduated from college and she's experiencing what a lot of 20-somethings are going through when they graduate college. They come out with this great degree and they're thinking, oh, I'm going to be thrust right into the working force, and it's like, no, there's no job for her. So she's forced to go back home and live with her parents. Now, when she gets back there, this is where we're giving the love triangle. She's got this best friend.
This isn't a triangle.
Yeah,
this is a line.
No, the triangle is like her best friend Adam. Look, they've been growing up together. He's way deep into the friend zone. She ain't looking at him. And in fact, he keeps telling her, you know, I've loved you all my life. She's like, oh yeah, what do you think about my shoes? Like, bitch.
Yeah. She's like, oh, I love you too. You're such a good friend.
And they share a moment right when they're thinking that they're about to like get busy in the frozen section of his dad's food store. She ends up seeing this guy next door, some guy by the name of Santiago. That's his real last name.
Well, yeah. The real guy is Rodrigo Santiago, and apparently, like, he's a big sex symbol in Brazil. He's like he's the Brazilian Hugh Jackman.
And he was also Xerxes, I think. In 300.
He looked like
he was Xerxes.
He looked like a Spanish Rick Springfield to me. But maybe it was just
going to get a few up.
Maybe it's just because he was acting like he was on actor on a soap opera. That's all.
Yeah, he's a next door neighbor. I mean, yeah, he's got a good decade and plus some on this girl, but he's hot. I mean, when they go next door,
he's a good looking guy.
Yeah, when they go next door to say, like, Michael Keaton is the father in the family, he goes next door to say, God damn it, your cat is shitting in my yard. He comes out with his shirt all unbuttoned, medallions on, of course, you know, little riding, and she's looking at him like, shit, you know, so that she's kind of falling for him. Of course, her best friend is standing in the background. It's only a matter of time before he knocks that ass. And so,
yeah. Can I just ask a little question, just a geography question, because this was really messing with me. He's from Brazil, right?
Yeah.
In Brazil, they speak Portuguese, right? So why was his cat named Senor Gato?
Why? That's what Michael Keaton wrote on the box.
Yeah,
that's true. That's true. He probably just didn't know.
But the thing is, okay, she's like she comes from a crazy family, the Malby family. Like her grandmother is Carol Burnett, her mom is Jane Lynch, her dad is Michael Keaton, and she's got some kind of like a brother with ADD or ADHD or
he's semi-retarded. He likes to lick people.
Right. I mean, he's a weirdo. He's like
they've coddled this kid to where he's mentally retarded.
If you took like the baby Tarzan and pulled him out of the jungle and didn't really train him, that's what this kid is. And basically, it's like this family is the Munsters, and she's Marilyn.
Yes!
Because she's like the normal one.
Yes, she's just unemployed, and you can tell she wants to get the hell out this house. So that's the whole point of the movie here. I mean, there's not a whole lot going on. You got this one thing of which guy am I going to get with, and when am I going to get a job?
Let's see. Will you get with the guy who's allergic to pussy, or the guy with the exotic accent who gets it all the time?
But that's the problem, because, you know, he's sitting up there telling her, like, you have the most beautiful earlobes. Oh, you know, when I met you, you were such a special girl. And you could tell he did that 3 nights before to, like, two different girls.
Oh, it's 2 different. Oh, you can tell it's a line he uses all the time.
That being said, here's a girl who probably needs a nice training, a good introduction trainer to the world of love.
You mean
Because
a nice fucking is what you want to say.
she's never gotten any.
Right.
And you know the
She
other
needs
guy's
her-
never gotten any.
She needs her head flattened a little against the headboard. Is what she
does.
Yes.
Yes, she does. She needs somebody to show her the what for, and then she'll come back and show her the other guy who deserves some pussy how to get.
Well, no. You stop right there. That guy does not deserve
Okay,
pussy.
you're right, he
Because the thing is, we want to get mad at her. Like, man, she's been blowing this guy off for 4 years, and yeah, she certainly deserves it. Because knowing that her best friend has a crush on her, she should have stopped him and addressed that.
Yeah,
like,
she just don't know his attention.
Either we're gonna be together or we can't be together no more.
But everywhere he goes, hot chicks are checking him out, and he's like, "Oh, that's sweet."
Oh yeah,
What is that?
no, he's
Because-
culpable too. You don't follow a chick around for 4 years.
Yeah.
I mean, really, a year is pushing. That's going way beyond.
The reason-
But 4 years, come on.
It all comes down to what the fuck is wrong with this movie. This movie is a fantasy.
Yes.
It is about a girl who spent her whole life working towards one goal, and when that goal is yanked out from under her by her arch nemesis, who is supposed to be evil in some way, shape, or
Which
form,
we don't see her being
but
evil
never,
at all.
never is.
She should have changed it to the Brazilian guy,
yeah.
because then it would have been goal.
but so once that's yanked from her, for some reason, this girl who has graduated almost valedictorian of her class, apparently in some way brilliant, apparently is very well read, can't get a fucking job to serve fries in this town. She can't find anything at all, and everything is just falling apart for her until it all magically comes together again, because everything in her life is set up to magically happen.
Well, that didn't bother me. This is the type of movie where we expect everything to happen. I mean, it's the same with romantic comedies, it's the same way with comedies, it's the same way with any kind of genre where you go and you watch it and you know what's going to happen, and you watch it knowing what's going to happen. So, yeah, the villains, we know that they're going to get their karma in the end. We know that things are going to work out with her with a certain guy.
But
we know that this weird family, we've seen them all before and they're strange people, but it
Miss
works out.
Sunshine.
But yeah, exactly. It's the same way. Hold on. But the thing is, the problem with this movie is that it doesn't bring these all together in anything tight. I mean, all these people, all these stories, they just kind of meander, and the movie gets dull. I was even trying to stick with this movie for a while, because I heard y'all like, man, I ain't into this. And I'm like, this movie ain't hurt nobody.
See, the problem is you were talking about all those kind of movies, but those movies can be great when they earn everything in the film. Sure, the guy and the girl are going to get together in the end of a romantic comedy, but when they earn it properly, it feels great. This movie doesn't earn shit.
Yeah,
this girl gets to a point where just everything is just handed to her. It's like, remember that job you've been pining over for the last hour? Oh, well, it turns out your predecessor blew it, and they decided to call you out of the blue. Here's the job. Oh, hey, that guy you've been lusting after? Well, he ran off, but you know what? He's going to come back to you the minute you work your shit out.
You can have formula, sure, but the point is that there's no arc to anyone. It's just like, here are the plugs, and we're not going to worry about how we get there, because everything else in this film is just filler with a goofy family comedy with her family that has nothing to do with absolutely anything.
Yeah.
It's just pointless filler that's not funny in the least.
And then another problem is that this bitch she's allergic to hard work. Because, you said she can't get a job. Her dad gives her a job, and she gets one customer, and the customer says, no, I want to see this instead. I want to see this. I can't take this. It's like, hey, that's what working a job is. You know what the thing is? This is another movie where you have a lot of great character actors in it. Jane Lynch, Michael Keaton, Carol Burnett,
J.K. Simmons.
Yeah, J.K. Simmons, Craig Robinson. I mean, but Carol Burnett, that's a big, get to have in your movie. And granted, she has the only funny lines in it, but it's only 3 lines.
Yeah.
Line. There was one line.
Okay, it was
funny.
one line that was funny, and 2 where she made me chuckle, because she's got a good delivery.
She's Carol Burnett.
Yeah, exactly. She'd have shitty lines, but she knew what to do with them. But it's like, why'd you hire all these talented people just to have them do nothing?
No, I really think I laughed more. Because there were chuckles through the movie. I mean, there was one line that really made me laugh out loud, and the rest of it, some of it I just kind of chuckled here and there. And I didn't hate this movie. I mean, I think this movie's targeted towards middle-aged to young women. And if they see it, they're gonna like it. But as a good movie, it really isn't. This is I forgot the woman who directed this. It's Vicky Jensen is a name. She actually directed animated episodes of Ren and Stimpy and some other stuff.
What?
So yeah, I think I was looking at filmography, and apparently I think she came from a background and working on television animation. And so I even feel like some of this stuff is directed not only like bad animated TV shows, but bad live action television shows. So
As solid, material, there's barely 30 minutes worth here.
yeah,
If that.
And you're right. I enjoyed enough to give it a rental. If I was watching this off and on, if I was watching this off and on, I would have liked it. So
I can't
on
believe
TV.
that.
What?
We were sitting out in the other room beforehand. We were talking about how shitty a movie this was, and we were just going off on how bad and terrible it was. And I just looked at Cyrus and said, "Yeah, that means Corey's going to give it a rental." And he laughed because I was about to say the same thing.
Okay, well,
I
you
can't-
motherfuckers are psychic. Then what can I tell you?
There's not-
Bullet for you.
There's nothing of value here. It's not that I hate it. I couldn't possibly hate it because there's nothing to feel anything about.
So that's what I
here.
feel. That's my passion about
But
it.
you don't understand. There's nothing here. It's hollow. There's nothing to it. It is total bullshit because it's just a waste of time. It doesn't make me mad. I'm just irritated that I could have been doing something worthwhile with 2 hours. That's
Why are you
all.
hulking out right now? Then? No.
No, I have to kind of disagree. The one thing I can say that is positive about this movie is it does deal with with an issue that we don't really talk about in culture, which we try to kind of pretend doesn't exist, which is we have all these kids who grow up and work hard to get this college degree and who honestly believe that once you get the college degree, that is just that's your golden ticket into whatever job you want. And it's like, oh, you have no idea that you're really entering a whole different, that college is just
Yeah, it's almost like they have
thing.
material here that was so much deeper and better that they could have made something more.
And it starts off with that. And you're right. I thought it would go that way because I'm used to saying like, fuck you kids. You get to learn. This is where your real education begins. Your virtual reality of college is over. Here's the thing. I'm with you. I was so close to giving it a rental, a very low rental, just because I wasn't angry about it. But then I was like, a movie that makes me angry gets a fuck you. I got to go some old bullshit on this just because it really sends a bad message about a lot of different things. I mean, even not going to spoil what happens later in the movie. I know, even though you're waiting for me to, but where it finally goes toward the end is like, wow, that is such the wrong message to send out to people. And that is not the way life works at all. Anybody who espouses that kind of, values and behavior, we need them out of our society because they're not helping.
Damn, see, I don't even think this movie is deep enough to have that kind of impact.
It kind of does.
I totally agree with Leon on the message. It was the solution of this film is just one of the laziest, lamest, kind of head scratching things. Like, I see why they went that way and where they were going, but it's like, really? That's the solution for you?
But
That's
see,
the way to work this out? It was so contrived and silly and not of this earth that I thought it was just a terrible, terrible conclusion.
What?
Oh, he's pointing it out the
Because
fact
you
that
don't-
I haven't given a rental yet.
Oh, you haven't given a
rating
rental?
yet.
There you go, rental. There you go.
I haven't given a rental, and I will continue not to give a rental because I smell bullshit.
Yeah, this is
some
bullshit.
old bullshit. This is as some old bullshit as it pretty much gets. It's just a lame, terrible movie that there is no reason for anyone to watch. There are much better versions of this out there. There's nothing new here. The only good thing to come from this movie is the fact that really good actors got probably a halfway decent paycheck out of it, and God bless them because
Carol
somebody's
Burnett probably needs the money.
Yeah, at this, I don't know if she needs the money, but you know what? It was nice to see her on the screen.
It was.
She
one more time.
deserves the money.
She deserves a better movie.
Even if she looked in this like the mom from Brazil when she was getting her face stretched out, I think she had some.
There's a guy out there named Jeff Dunham. And I'm not even making a joke here. He has this puppet called Peanut.
It's like that comedian.
He's got this puppet called Peanut.
You know what, man?
And
What-
Carol Burnett looked like Peanut, the
She
puppet
did
to
look
me.
like Peanut.
I would never know that because the only thing I hate more than prop comedians is
Puppet
ventriloquists.
comedians?
Yeah, puppet comedians.
Oh boy!
What are you talking about?
Stop that.
Listen up, fans.
That's not very funny.
Listen up, Spill fan art people. The spoiler has a
He has a weakness.
I am the anti-spoiler.
I'm just so blown away you can't see this is bullshit.
Oh, here we go,
As
man.
the old joke goes, back on your heads, coffee break is over. Smell
Man.
the bullshit. Jesus
Man,
Christ.
don't just keep walking. Don't worry about me. All right.